Hi folks, today I have for us a video from LIA where he decides to go to a state prison, claims that they have a beatdown squad, and says he's doing this all under the guise of a story he's working on, but ends up getting removed from the property. But before we continue with today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And now, a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Aura. Are you like me, work online, or read a lot of news articles online, and you want to keep your data safe? This is where Aura can help. Aura is an online digital security that protects your data with 24-hour monitoring of your personal, credit, and making sure your data doesn't get sold to data brokers. Are you asking yourself, NCR, what do I need to worry about that for? Just recently, Aflac, the insurance giant, reported a data breach of their cybersecurity network by a hacker group called Scattered Spider. Aflac is reporting the attack exposed customers' information, including health details, claims, social security numbers, and other personal information. Click my custom URL link, aura.com/NCR, or scan the QR code to get a 2-week free trial of Aura for yourself and start protecting your personal information and your data. That's aura.com/NCR for your free 2-week trial that you can cancel at any time. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. And with all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Excellence in corrections. We'll see about that. Let's get into it. All right, let's check out the public lobby of the main entrance here.
Hey, man. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How can I help you?
Oh, I don't need any help. Thank you. I appreciate it, though.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Just recording?
Yeah, just taking some pictures, that's all.
Okay, no problem.
No, thank you.
All right, this is state ground. You're welcome to be in the parking lot.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Can I get your name, sir?
Sure. My name's Sean.
Sean.
Just
last name?
Sean. Just Sean.
Sure. Thank you.
No problem. Out here we have some National Guardsmen. They are still here in the correctional facilities.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good. Good, good. What's going on? Sorry, let me get out of your way. Sorry about that.
What are you doing?
I'm just recording
For what?
for my purposes.
For your purposes.
Yes.
What you doing, man? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, who are you?
All right, you guys step out here because they got turned this stuff. Come on.
I'm gonna get out of their way. I'll get out of their way.
You
No,
can enter
no, you
here.
can't
That's
even be
protocol.
in here.
That's a safety
This is a
thing.
public lobby.
No.
We're loading guns.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm
you
not.
guys step out.
I have no interest in your firearms. Just so
Listen.
you're clear.
It doesn't matter or not if you have an interest in them. Right now, what they are telling you is they need you to step outside due to a safety policy where the Department of Corrections are bringing in firearms. They cannot have you in there at that same time. They're not denying you your right to film. They are saying that you can film outside. You can film in the parking lot, but you can't film in this area right now. The more you debate about it, the longer it makes the process have to be, which can also be giving more time to somebody who was to say, I don't know, try to plan the escape of an inmate or a riot in the facility by having an outside source become a distraction.
Who are you, sir?
I'm Sergeant Corsi. You're not allowed to be on state property right now.
Sure, I can. State property is public property.
No, it's not.
Sergeant Corsi.
So you can record the facility all you want.
Right. That's what
Across
I'm
the
doing.
street.
No, I can be right here where I am.
No, you can't be.
Yes, I can, sir.
All right.
Zero interest in your firearms you guys got.
It's a safety procedure. They have to have a clear space to load and unload firearms. It has nothing to do with you. So you're just inhibiting their job, that's all. Are you parked on the property?
I don't want to answer any more questions. What was your name again?
Sure, my name's Officer Slater.
Officer Slater? Yeah, I think I've answered enough questions.
Sure.
Well, you really haven't answered any real questions other than what's your first name. But here's something that you need to take into consideration, Sean. It's something you need to remember. On state property, you can be trespassed without committing a crime, especially Department of Correction property, such as this prison. You would know already, seeing as you have served time in a prison yourself, that once you enter a prison's property, you are subject to search and seizure to make sure you're not bringing any illegal contraband, that you're not providing any drugs or trying to smuggle out an inmate or do anything that would put danger to the facility. Seeing as you are actually now physically preventing those two gentlemen from doing their jobs because you won't step outside so they can safely unload the firearms, they have all the right to trespass you and ask you to leave the property because you're not there for an inmate, you're not there to work, so why are you there?
All right, if you don't leave, the state troopers are gonna come here.
Okay. The state troopers who swore an oath to uphold my constitutional rights and
Yes.
statutory rights, those state troopers?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I have no issue
you
with
guys
that.
go and step right in here. What's your name, man?
Hey, Sergeant. You came off pretty aggressive. I'd rather not give any of my personal information. You
I
seem...
came off aggressive?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
That's how I feel anyway.
That smell. Do you smell that? It smells like a bitch. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm just curious what you're doing.
Right. Well, no, you weren't. You were barking orders at me like I'm an inmate of this
No,
facility.
you do have to leave state property.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I have a statutory right to be here. Did you participate in the illegal strikes, Sergeant? Did you? You know, protesting working conditions or whatever?
How we doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What can I do for you?
I'm just working on a story on the El Michael Correctional Facility. Are you a supervisor?
Yeah, I'm a lieutenant, yep.
Lieutenant? And your name?
Lieutenant Chapman.
Lieutenant Chapman.
What's your name?
And your name is?
What was your
Sergeant
name?
I didn't give it, sir. I didn't give it.
I need your name.
No, I'm not going to give it, sir.
I do need your name. The troopers have been called.
The troopers...
You can't record right now.
Right, the troopers
All right,
that
so-
swore an oath to uphold my rights.
So
and-
where did you park at? Where did you park at?
Who says I parked anywhere?
Well, how'd you get here?
I could have parachuted in,
You could parachute it in?
right? I mean, could have walked here.
Could have done a lot of things, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this to you, so just be patient. I don't read so well. I've only got a high school education, but it is what it is. You're permitted to record law enforcement activity. However, this property is owned by the department, is considered part of the correctional facility, and falls under the authority and jurisdiction of the commissioner pursuant to Correction Law 112. I'm sure you've heard this all before. He's empowered to exercise superintendent's management and control over all department correctional facilities, and for safety and security reasons, he has promulgated the restriction against the videotaping and photographing of docks facility property. You are permitted to continue recording officers acting within their official capacity. However, to ensure the safety and security of the facility, please change the angle of your recording to ensure no docks facilities are viewable in your recording. If you continue to record docks facility property, the state police will be called. So I'm giving you the opportunity to turn it off right now.
I think you did. I think you did a great job reading that.
Thank you.
I've
Yeah.
heard a lot
Thank you.
worse. You know,
sure.
usually promulgate
Yeah.
gets a lot of
Thank you.
people. Yeah, so exactly. I'm engaged. I'm recording
Okay.
correctional officers in the course of their duty, which is a statutory right here in New York State, as well as a
Okay.
constitutionally protected activity.
So I'm not going to engage you right now.
You don't have to
I'm waiting for the troopers
engage.
to come up and
You don't have to
we'll
engage.
talk
Are
to
you?
them.
Do you guys have a beatdown squad here?
We sure do. Tons of them.
Tons of beatdown
Tons of them.
squads.
Yeah. Tons of them.
Okay.
Listen, my man, I'm not even.
What about-
I'm not even gonna
were you part of the
entertain, man.
illegal-
Nobody beats anybody up.
Oh, you just did.
Nobody
you
beats
just said
anybody
yeah.
up. Stop.
Shenanigans.
Na 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 na
Shenanigans.
na 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 na.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks. There's a lot to go through, so let's try to speedrun this. First off, Sean knows he's not allowed to be recording on the Department of Corrections property. He's already been told this before. He's been trespassed from prison properties before. Not to mention, they fall under the same jurisdictions that they can trespass you because even though it's state-owned, they have that right under Greer v. Spock, the 1976 case. Now, let's go to this whole beatdown squad thing. Sean knows the guy's being sarcastic. He knows he's being facetious. Oh, we have tons of them. Tons of them. Come on, you can tell the guy was just trying to yank Sean's chain here, but Sean wants to run with it because, well, he knows if he can try to make it look like it's real, he can try to act like he's some kind of actual journalist. In reality, he is just a YouTuber. He is a frauditor. He doesn't really care about the First Amendment. He doesn't care about people's rights. He only cares about his paycheck.
Oh, nobody beats anybody up. That's why there's numerous
All right, so
reports
I'm just gonna
of
leave
beatings
right now.
here.
The troopers will
That's
be
why
here.
there's numerous reports of people
Nobody
being
beats
beaten
anybody up.
here.
We're all professionals in this profession.
Lack of medical attention.
We are.
You're all
Have a nice
professionals,
day.
right?
Have a nice day.
Real professional.
I'm always a professional.
No, you're
I've
not.
been for 27 years.
No, you're not. You're not a professional.
Always a professional.
You're not a
leaving now?
professional. You're not a professional.
I'm always a professional.
The way you're talking to a member of the public, I can only imagine
I'm
how
not
you're
talking
treating.
about anything.
I can
You're
only
trying to
imagine how
get
you
my
treat the
goal.
inmates. I don't want to.
You're
No,
trying- yes, you
I didn't
are.
want to even talk to you. You didn't have to come out and speak
I
to
did
me.
have to come. You're
No,
recording
you
on
didn't.
New York State property.
Which is my statutory and constitutional right. I don't see what's the big issue here.
But Sean, you know you're not supposed to be there. The lieutenant just read the Department of Corrections memo stating that yes, you can film them and you can film the property, but if they tell you to stop, you need to stop. I mean, you know this. You've been trespassed from other Department of Correctional properties in the state of New York. But the real question is, do they have a legitimate right to do so? Do they have a legitimate reason in this case right now? And the answer is yes. When the two correctional officers came in and they had their firearms and they told Sean to step outside so they can disarm their firearms safely, he refused to. At that point, he's become a hindrance to the operations of the facility. That gives them enough right to ask him to leave. And if he refuses, they can call the state troopers, and the state troopers can trespass him from the property.
Am I getting anything that anybody couldn't get? What if I came in here with secret glasses recording? I mean,
I don't know.
I'm being right. I mean, again.
Nobody beats anybody up. Nobody does anything.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Really,
It's crazy
really,
you guys
Lieutenant?
even think of that.
Really, Lieutenant? So,
Really.
so Robert Brooks,
Really.
that was brutally beaten on camera for
You
the
just
world to
spit on me,
see?
bro. You just
No, I
spit
did
on me.
not.
You
No, I
just
did
spit on
not.
me.
Stop lying.
You did. It came flying
Stop
right out of your
lying.
mouth.
It's
It
all
did.
on camera. It's all
I
on
know
camera.
it is, and it's on body camera as
Right,
well.
great. It's all on camera. So Robert Brooks being brutally beaten on camera. You don't beat anybody though, right? That was just a one-off?
Okay,
What about Messiah Nantwi?
State police have arrived.
Now, those happened at different facilities. They did not happen at this facility. And yes, it is wrong and it is tragic that those two men had to suffer beatings and or denied medical treatment because of it. Nobody is denying that issue. But the real issue is you are equating all law enforcement staff, all correctional staff, as being guilty because they work there. Well, we can take that same formula and logic and apply it to all frauders. Because of David Earl Warren, we can all say that same thing he did, which was very wrong and can get me a community guideline strike, all frauders do. Or let's take, for example, you, Sean. You committed armed robbery. Are all frauditors guilty of armed robbery or just you? You see what happens? If you want to apply that all the correctional officers in the city of New York are guilty because some broke the law, we could apply it to all frauditors that you guys break the law.
What about, great, let's talk to them. Great. What about Messiah Nantwi? Brutally beaten again. What about the reports of you denying medical attention to inmates in this facility?
What's that, Mike?
You don't beat anybody. That's the funniest thing I heard all
We had to
day.
go to the doctors because the air conditioning ain't working. Over here.
I don't know, buddy. You can either stop in and go to work.
I'm just saying.
Big Mike, go to work. Go to work.
Why are you talking to him like that?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, Trooper, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
So he's recording on our property. I've read him exactly what the directive states. Apparently his name is Sean. He won't give me any other information. Other than that, that's all I've got. He goes around to all the facilities and does this.
It's because it's my statutory right. That's why.
I'm sure it is.
And you guys are murdering people,
You're lying.
denying medical
He needs to
treatment.
leave the property immediately.
I have every right to be here.
Please search him.
Which one? Is it the highlighted one?
Yeah, I've already read him all that.
Okay.
Mike. Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
That was a hard slap on the back.
Okay.
So are you sticking with that story too, Sergeant? There's no beatdown squads here?
Are you answering questions? Oh, but you expect me to answer questions, right?
You don't have to. I can ask them. You don't have to answer them.
I think you should
I'm not
just engage
forcing
with
you.
the state trooper at this point.
I'll engage with whoever. I'm just being peaceful and asking questions, that's all. It's not a big deal. You should look up the New York State Right to Monitor Act. It's a law for New York State. You should look it up. It specifically says correctional officers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Can
Hey,
I talk
Trooper.
to you over here?
Sure, we can talk wherever, Trooper. Sure, that's fine. What's your name?
Trooper Walzak.
Trooper Walzak. My name is Sean, Trooper.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
Nice to meet you, Trooper.
Where are you parked at?
Oh, I walked here.
You walked here?
Yeah.
Local?
Yeah, I just walked here.
You live
Could have
around here?
parachuted in. You know, it doesn't really matter how I got here.
Okay.
This is open to the public.
Actually, it's not.
It's
from what I just read, it's not.
It's 100% Trooper open to the public. I am engaging in not only a constitution protected activity, but a statutory protected activity.
Yes, Sean, we get it. You have a right to be there. However, the Department of Corrections have rights of their property too. They are, yes, a state-owned property, but the state can still set guidelines and rules. Like, you can't become a hindrance to the property. If you are, they can ask you to leave, which you were in the beginning of this video. They have asked you to leave. You're refusing. At this point, you are subject to trespassing under New York law.
The New York State Right to Monitor Act. I have a right to record correctional officers, law enforcement on public property. It doesn't give any exceptions. It is public property. That's scary. Yeah, but that's scary that you don't think that this is public property. This is 100%. It's funded by taxpayers. This is open to the public. How did I get here?
Walked here like
Right, I walked here. That's not a restricted area. I'm not in a restricted area. I'm not behind the fence behind you. I'm engaged in a statutory protected activity. If anybody else were just standing here, it wouldn't be a problem. But because I'm asking tough questions about their beatdown squads here.
Well, actually, I've been here. I'm just gonna say, for several times, I've been here for people similar accidents or like things like this, unwanted people on the property, and we've had them leave the property.
Well, maybe they didn't know their rights, sir, because I definitely know my rights. As he says, I've been to other correctional facilities before across the state, and the troopers always allow me to continue my constitutionally protected activity. And
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Statutory protected activity. So, at this time, if you're saying this is not public property, I would request a supervisor, if that's all right with you.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to cause any problems.
Me either. I'm here. I'm a journalist working on a story.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. And just remember, anyone who calls himself a journalist is a
in public property in broad daylight.
I understand the reasoning. I understand people taking action.
Right. I'm an activist and journalist. I'm an activist and a journalist, and I'm here to ask questions to correctional officers and film them in the course of their duty, which is my right. And I'm here to work on a story based on, have you seen the body camera footage of Robert Brooks? Did you see that heinous body camera footage where the officers were charged with depraved murder?
I don't know if I have.
You don't know if you would have seen it, you would have remembered it for life. So you probably haven't seen it. Yeah, he was brutally beaten on body camera. People are dying in these correctional facilities, and the news isn't covering it. So me, as an independent journalist, I'm covering it. I'm not harassing anybody. I'm not in a restricted area. I'm not doing anything I'm not allowed to do.
So he is trespassing. He needs to leave the property where you have to do what you have to do. We have to get his plate
So
on.
criminal trespass. Listen, criminal trespass involves
Call your supervisor.
the arrestable offense of. The arrestable offense of criminal trespass involves an area designed to exclude intruders.
Well, Sean, they're not saying that they would arrest you for criminal trespassing. They said that you would be charged with trespassing. And according to New York law, state statute 140.05 trespassing, which states, a person enters or remains unlawfully in or upon premises when the person has no license or privilege to enter or remain in or upon such premises. To have no license or privilege to enter means to have no right, permission, or authority to do so. Seeing as they have said that they want you to leave the premises, and you no longer have your invitation to be there because you don't have authority to be there, they can charge you with trespassing if you refuse to leave.
Okay, that's fine. Stay outside though.
15 minutes later.
It was pretty cool.
Sean,
Hey, sir.
Talk to my supervisor.
Yeah.
Because it's a state-owned property, they want you to leave. You have to leave. This is the last warning, or you're getting arrested.
Okay. For what? For what crime?
Trespassing.
Okay.
State property.
All right, no problem. I'll take it up in court. That's not a problem.
So you're leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave the
Well, I'm not. You just said that if I don't
Yeah.
leave, I'm going to be arrested, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll have my lawyer handle it from here. That's
Okay.
fine.
Perfect.
Who was the supervisor you spoke to?
Sergeant Innes.
Sergeant Innes?
Yes, sir.
What troop?
State Police Horsehead, Troop E.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Appreciate it. I think I can go out this way.
Just go down that way.
I just want to know. I don't know where I came from.
Walk up here, John.
Yeah, I walked up here.
Yeah, you can just take the stairs right down.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunate. Turned out this way. You know, that you violated my statutory rights. Very unfortunate, trooper.
Wrong!
Very unfortunate. Wow, guys. So, under threat of arrest, we're going to leave because we're not trying to sit in a jail cell. You guys know me. I will follow up with a federal lawsuit here. Maybe a state lawsuit, because it is a state law that says that we have a statutory right. A lot of times, the First Amendment is great, but when you're in a specific state, you can 100% use that in the state courts. So I'll have to talk to my attorney, Jacob Uriel.
And nobody cares if you talk to your attorney because they were justified in trespassing you from the property. We're ending the video here. The video does continue on for several more minutes of him saying that he's going to sue the New York Department of Corrections, the state troopers, the Division B, and everyone else he can think of for violating his constitutional rights, even though they didn't. What do we learn from this? Well, Sean can't take sarcasm, and he thinks everyone is out to get him, as always. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel and the podcast. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and we will see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep this channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I can never thank you enough for all the support and encouragement you guys give. You guys rock.